You hear that? That's the NFL season. It's on the way. It's coming. And I am about to do my first ever fantasy football 5-year competition. So we're going to lower this. I don't even know how loud that was. But so 2026, I've decided I've got started in fantasy football a couple of years ago. And I decided I wanted to do my own fantasy football league this year. So if you're seeing this video, this message, we'll see if you've got what it takes to win the 5-year championship. All right, so let me explain how this works. All right, let's go through the rules and show how this was going to actually work. So the buy-in will be $100 every season. So altogether, there will be $1,200. There's going to be only 12 teams. I capped it at 12 teams. This way, if someone gets hurt, there are actual people in free agency or on the waiver wire that you can pick up. And so I didn't want to have 14 or 16 teams. So I want to have it so everyone has a chance to pick up some good players on the waiver wire. So we're going to cap it at 12. Ooh, yeah, there we go. So it's capped at 12. Now, $200 every year will go. Now, that, by the way, the $100 buy-in gets you to be the owner of the team. The team goes on whether you are the owner or not. All right. So if you play for 4 years and the 5th year you decide that you're not going to be a part, I'll find a new owner, and if that owner wins the 5-year championship, they would get the $1,000, right? So you have to be in the last year, the final year, which is 2031. All right. So $200 of the pot will go to the 5-year champion, which means the 5-year champion will win $1,000, which based on inflation will be worth about $600 at that time, but whatever. All right. So $1,000 will be left for the rest of the season. So here's how the payouts will go. The champion will win $450. Second place will win $250. Third place will get their money back at $100. And then we have 2 other people who'll be winning money. The regular season record winner will win $100. So get their money back. So this is to help protect against, sometimes someone will have a really great player and maybe the last couple weeks of the season, they might sit that player if they are won everything and wrapped everything up. I know this happened to me my first year playing fantasy football. I had like Cam Newton, and they were like 15-1 or 16-1 that season, and they sat Cam Newton like in the championship game or like 2 weeks for the fantasy football championship game because it was the regular season. They had nothing else to win. So if you are the regular season winner, you will get your money back. By the way, the tiebreaker for that will obviously be points for the season. And then if you were the regular season points winner, you will also get $100. So you would get your money back at that point as well. And the regular season point winner, the reason I have that in place is for people who maybe didn't get too lucky with the record. Maybe they had all these points, their team did great, but they just happened to 3 weeks in a row play somebody who had a person who randomly got 3 touchdowns and they lost a little bit. So I want you to feel that your efforts are worthwhile and recognized, and you would get your money back. So now, by the way, the champion of the season could also be the regular season record winner and the regular season point winner. So you could potentially make up to $650 if you have just a baller season. So that's how that's going to go for each particular year. Now, how will we determine the 5-year champion? If you haven't read ahead, I'll go over it. So every regular season win that your team gets, you will get 1 point. So it's a very simple calculation. You win, you get a point. You have 12 wins for the season, you have 12 points. Now, for the extra points for the playoffs. So the actual champion of the entire league for that year will get 7 points. As you can see, second place will get 6, third place will get 5, fourth place will get 4 points. And then the 3 losing teams, because there is the top number 1 team for the season will get a bye. So the 3 losing teams will get a point for being in the playoffs. So they get 1 extra point. So it is in your best interest. So what it will do is we'll keep people honest at the end of the season, because instead of just tanking your team or trading players, you can still get points towards the 5-year champion by winning in those last couple games. So everyone is going to play as hard as possible, even if you're out of the playoffs for that particular season. You're going to try to do all the things that you possibly can to win every single game you possibly can, and that is obviously the goal and what makes fantasy football fun. So the draft. When will the draft happen? The draft will happen. I'm a fan of late drafts. That way everyone can get through the preseason games and see the players. And so we will do the draft 1 week before whatever the opening game is. So this particular year, the Seahawks play on September 9th. So we are going to do our draft Wednesday night, September 2nd will be the draft. So you can already put that in your schedule. Make sure you put yourself available for Wednesday night. It will probably be late, like 8 o'clock or somewhere around that time, but more to come for that. So every year, that's what you can expect. 1 week before the opening game will be our draft. It's a snake draft. We're going to be doing it on the ESPN Fantasy app. If you don't have that app, that's fine. I'll send you an invite once you decide. Tell me you want to be in this. I will send you the link so you can join in. Money must be paid 2 weeks prior to the draft. All right. So this year, the deadline is August 19th. All right. So you can pay anytime you want before August 19th. If you are not paid up 2 weeks before the draft, then I will start looking, because it is important that I have 12 owners of teams every season. So if you're not paid up by that time, I will start looking for someone to buy your team, and whoever gets money to me first will be the new owner of that particular team moving forward. All right. So make sure you pay, get your money in as soon as possible. I'll send you my Venmos and my Cash Apps and all the other ways you can pay, PayPals, whatever you need. Care how you pay, as long as you're paid 2 weeks before. By the way, if you don't want to participate and you want to sell your team to somebody else, you can let me know. And as long as they pay, they can take over the team. And you want to make a side deal with them, say, I did this for 3 years, you take over for the next 2, we'll split it. That's all on you and nothing to do with me. You will, as the owner, have first dibs on your team until up to 2 weeks before draft night. By the way, if you want to, you could prepay for as many seasons as you want. $100 increments only. So if you want to prepay for the whole thing, send me $500 and say I'm in for all 5 years. Awesome. If you want to do $200, fine. The $100 increments, I'm not going to be like, someone's not going to give me $75 to reserve their spot for the next year, but I don't want to get involved with that. So you pay for a whole season. If you want to prepay, it's for a whole season, and that's how that will go. All right. So I think that's about it. I'm excited to do this. I'm excited to have a fun fantasy football season. I probably will start doing like either a show on stereo or a live each week, maybe Monday, maybe Tuesdays after Monday Night Football. So we may do a Tuesday, just recap and just chit chat about what happened, do some little trash talking. And I'm excited to run my first fantasy football league. So cool. If you have any questions, you know where to get in touch with me. If you want in, please let me know ASAP. And I will talk to you soon. Let's have a fun season in this upcoming fall.